What is up? Back here with another YouTube video, and in case you cannot tell by the title below, this video will be a video where I share my thoughts and opinions on someone or something going on in this wacky, weird wrestling world. As you can tell by the title below, this video will be a video where I share my thoughts and opinions on Giovanni Vinci, either the first or one of the first Italian-born wrestlers to be signed with the WWE. The first one that comes to my mind, at least. And for myself personally, I would love to know what your thoughts and opinions are on Vinci down in the comments below. First time I ever heard about him was a part of the Cruiserweight Classic back in 2016. Yeah, he was a Cruiserweight 8.5 or so years ago. Eventually got signed. I don't want to say I forgot about him, but I don't remember him in WWE, what I would call proper, like NXT US or definitely the main roster, until an NXT house show in February of 2018. It was him as Fabian Eichner versus Ludwig Kaiser as Marcel Barthel, before they kind of got rebranded when they permanently went from NXT UK to NXT US. And I remember thinking that match was probably one of the 2 or 3 matches I remember the most from that event, kind of deal. And the one that it impressed me the most, and I mean that in a good way, because again, I was not familiar with Ludwig Kaiser before that. The only exposure I had to Vinci up to that point was the Cruiserweight Classic 1.5 years or so prior. And I remember thinking, man, these two guys, I don't know what their ceiling is within WWE, but they could be solid mid-card level kind of guys. Ludwig Kaiser kind of proved that to a certain extent. I don't know for sure if it's the right wording, but definitely with whether it's Imperium or just like as a whole trio, or the 4 of them with Alexander Wolf, or just Kaiser and Gunther, he definitely showed that he could be a solid mid-card level kind of guy for a couple of years. Giovanni Vinci, it's been, I don't know for sure if this will come out bad, but it's kind of been hit and miss. Him in with Imperium, whether it's a trio or the 4 of them in NXT US, being solid. I didn't watch NXT UK, so I can't really comment on that. Then Kaiser and Gunther got called up, and I thought, man, the Giovanni Vinci, I want him to kind of show out. And out of the times that he's been, whether it's been Imperium, 3 or 4 people, or him as a solo, like Giovanni Vinci in NXT in, like, I would want to say like 2021, 2022 time period, it's been my favorite Giovanni Vinci kind of deal, because yeah, he was solid in the ring, has been since at least 2018, but it was the first time in WWE that I personally seen that he had some sort of gimmick, so to speak, with him. And when he kind of left Imperium, like they attacked him, Kaiser and I think it was just Kaiser attacked Giovanni Vinci, then got traded to SmackDown. I'm like, bring NXT Giovanni Vinci back, and started hyping him up eventually in like the late summer, and it hasn't really been, the first little bit hasn't really been hitting the same way as what I wanted or expected. I'm not saying that he's the best wrestler or best on the mic, because he, for myself personally, he is not. He's very solid in the ring, bell to bell, from what I've seen, whether it's solo, tag, or trios. Him on the mic, I don't know for sure if it's just not connecting with me, or if there's creative, or maybe there's a little bit of a language barrier kind of deal, but it just hasn't been connecting with me kind of deal as a solo kind of guy so far, whether it's in NXT or on the main roster. But when it comes to Giovanni Vinci, I don't know for sure if this makes sense. I like him in the ring. He is a lot better than me on the mic, without a shadow of a doubt. But then again, I would say 99% of, if not everybody in WWE would be better on the mic than I would be. But yeah, it's just one of those things where I was kind of hoping for more, and it hasn't really lived up to my expectations, but then again, my expectations or my wants could have been altered, kind of deal. Like I could have, I don't know what the right wording is, but like I don't want to say I had unreal high expectations on Giovanni Vinci, but I would have figured by now. I'm not saying that he could have been or should have been US champion, but like a serious contender for the US championship kind of deal. I think that's on whichever mid-card title's on SmackDown. I think that's the US championship. But yeah, overall, I like him. Kind of wish that he was being used better, or at least I kind of wish that he was more entertaining on the main roster. Again, I don't know for sure if that's because I don't really watch main roster stuff, or if it's just creative or something on his end, something on creative's end, whatever the case might be. But yeah, those are my thoughts and opinions. Would love to know what yours are on Giovanni Vinci down in the comments below.